Okay, what we got up on the screen now, after I figured out how to do it, is the first game that the first game, which is really the second game of the day, and it's called No Man's Land. And I'm gonna let Rebel do this one because this is his baby.
Well, let's be honest. Well, first I'm gonna start with a lot of these games. Like I did, like bring up the basic idea of it, but Keeper really zoned me in and say, "Yo, like calm down. Let's think about this." So we worked pretty good together like that. So for this No Man's Land, it's basically the same thing as we did last few times, but a little twist. Uh, Now this map isn't 100% accurate. I just want to put that out there. I ballparked everything because I'm not the greatest at mapping everything out. So I remember a lot of people were busting on me last time for that. So this time, we're using flags again, but we're going to use them in a different way. So now each team is going to start with the 2 flags at their respective spawn areas. So the blue team is down there at the bottom right. They have to go into the blue line where the blue and yellow stars are, put them up there, and the red team's got to try to prevent them from doing that. Then the red team's got to put it up on their side. But the blue team cannot cross the blue area, and the red team cannot cross the red area.
Now
So
each
right there in the middle is no man's.
Each team starts with 2 flags.
Yep.
So there's 4 flags in total. So
yep.
In order for blue to physically win, they got to get their 2 up and take 2 off the red.
Yep.
Now, an alternate way to deny a point, not to get it, is let's say red puts one up, blue can come up to where red put it up and just knock it off.
Yep.
And they deny them the point.
But that point's null and void.
Yeah, but the only way to get a point is to put the flag up with your flag color on the top.
Yep.
Because these flags are a long pole with flags blue and red on either side. So if you're a blue team, you got to have your blue flag on top. A red team, you got to have the red flag up on top. It's real simple. The difference between this one from what we did last time, we did a single line, and that was the no man's land. Nobody could go past that mark.
Yeah.
This time, there's a physical no man's land area where blue and red can interact with each other in that area.
Well, it was like that last time too, but now you have to go to the other side of the no man's land.
Yes.
To try to survive.
So I think they really liked this game, and the one team was like they were coordinated together. They were moving up, covering each other, and trying to do stuff, and putting the flags up. The other team, they were sort of hesitant, and I kept like pushing them to come on. You got to get up there. You can't just one guy run up and hope that he can do it. You got to have a force go up there. You got to work with the person, a couple of people. One guy with the flag, maybe 4 or 5 guys suppressing fire when he gets up there to try to put the flag up.
Yeah.
The blue team at the time, which was down on the right, they just kept running up and trying to put a flag up with one guy. And I said, you can't do that. The red has got like 5, 6 guys shooting at you, and they're putting the flag up. You can't. You got to do that. And
you got to work together.
Now, during this game, I do know that 2 players come up to me and said they were out of ammo, and one said that he was his battery was dead.
Yeah.
From shooting semi only. Now, he only had 1 battery, so he had to charge it in between gameplay, which was okay, that's the best thing you got to do. You got to have multiple batteries. You got to have enough BBs. You got to have enough mags. If your battery dies, you're out of BBs. You're out of play. You can't do nothing. You can be a guy that just runs up, or you can be the guy running up putting the flag on. And I tried to tell that guy that his battery died. I said, you could be the guy that just runs up and put the flag on. Oh, but he didn't want to do that, and he just went back. And I'm like, they missed an opportunity. That guy could have been just running up to put the flags up while the other guys were supporting him.
What I think a lot of people are prepared for is how much ammo you're going to be using.
Yes.
I know we get a lot of compliments. People say, "Oh my God, I never went through that much ammo ever, but they love it.
Now,
So
most of the guys that I saw, the newbies that were on the blue team at that particular time, they had like one mag, high
yeah,
cap. And I'm like, they were out of BBs. And the one guy, he brought a bottle with him and kept filling the thing up. But some of the other guys that were there that had good rigs on them, they had 4, 6, 8 mags
yeah,
all the time. The one guy that had 8 mags, I was always laughing about this. He was in tan. He had 8 mags and he ran out of BBs.
yeah,
And he had 8 mags on him and one in the gun. So he had a total of 9 mags. And even if they were like 120 round high caps, he was out. And I'm like,
yeah.
and he's shooting with his pistol at the end, and he only had 2 mags with that. So I'm like, that
Yeah.
guy wanted to keep going no matter what. And
Right.
I'm like, he's shooting with a pistol, he couldn't hit shit with it, but I'm like, he kept going with it. And I really liked that type of attitude. They were really
Yeah.
having fun with it.
Oh yeah, I think everybody's gonna have a blast with this one. Like it's the same but also different. So
This was the only game though out of all the games that we played at O.O.P.S 3 that we had a complaint that a guy went past where he was supposed to
which
go, and it did annoy the one guy. Not like he got to the point where he's pissed and walked off. He just
yeah,
come up to me and told me about it, and I told the guy to move back. It was not a big deal,
yeah,
you know. And
yeah.
that's what I liked about the day. Everybody was so, yeah, that's fine.
like everybody makes mistakes. Like especially like if you're on one side, you're like full blown sprinting, and you get hit when you get there. So you yell hit, but you like stumble across the line, which nobody ever complains about that. But sometimes, yeah, you do go across because you don't know the map yet. You don't know exactly where everything is.
And one thing I have to really tell people is me and Kevin know the maps and what we want to do with them. And
Yeah,
we have 2 other refs that are supplied by EMR Event Park. Tim is the owner. So they're not quite sure what we're doing. So we're
yeah.
explaining the game to them as they're out there and trying to give them some like pointers on
Well,
what to do. And they were doing pretty good about the stuff.
yeah, because what we told them was just focus on more of the players of their hits and everything. Make sure everybody's no nobody's getting heated or anything like that. Because you were on top, I was on bottom, and we were keeping an eye on everything.
And the 2 refs were starting with the players on either side and then moving up slowly once the players started playing.
Yeah,
So, they were looking for people calling their hits or not calling their
yeah.
hits and stuff like that, which was really good. They were like the
Which yeah we
secondary
needed.
refs of us.
Yeah,
So that's called No Man's Land 2. It's the second version of it. So